Do it again. Do it twice.
Yeah. Good morning. Welcome to the worship service of the Unitarian Universalist Church of the Monterey Peninsula. My name is Mike Lovell, and I am currently serving as president of the church's Board of Trustees. Whoever you are, wherever you are on your life's journey, you are welcome here. We acknowledge and honor that we gather on land sacred to the Ohlone, Esselen, Rumsen, Mutsun, and Selenian indigenous peoples and First Nations. We recognize the need to continue to work to reconcile and repair the harms of oppression and colonization. If you're a visitor here today, we invite you to raise your hand so we can welcome you. I do see it. Yeah. Welcome. We also encourage you to fill out a yellow visitor card, which is available in the Welcome Hall. If you are a Zoom visitor today, please fill out our virtual visitor card. You're also welcome to introduce yourself in the chat. Today's worship service is our annual multi-generational water communion service and is led by Reverends Elaine and Axel Gehrman and Religious Exploration Director Elizabeth Granado. Our greeters today are Robin Jensen and Mibbs McCarthy. Our ushers are Lauren Keenan and Suzanne Schmidt. Thanks to you all for your participation and contributions to our service this morning. UUCMP members, please plan to remain following the worship service today. Attend our special congregational meeting at noon. Those on Zoom may attend by remaining connected following the close of the worship service. We will be voting on being one of 3 UU congregations to ordain Susan Pantea, our former intern and sabbatical ministry, into the UU ministry. And before the congregational meeting, join us for a slice of cake at coffee hour, celebrating the dedicated service of our outgoing Religious Exploration Director, Elizabeth Granado, and welcoming Sharon Ruth as new acting RE Director. This year's annual UUCMP Big Sur Campout will be this coming weekend, Friday, August the 25th to Sunday, August the 27th. If you have questions about this wonderful community building event, please contact Carrie Sissom. For worship on Sunday, the 27th, you have 2 choices: worship at Big Sur Campgrounds or attend here at UUCMP. Be sure to check out our new art exhibit in the Welcome Hall. Craig Lovell's exhibit, Journey to the Mystic East, will be on view now through September 24th. Our Super Flea Rummage and Bake Sale returns this year on Friday and Saturday, September the 1st and 2nd, with setup on Wednesday and Thursday, August 29th and 30th. Please sign up at the Super Flea table in the Welcome Hall or talk to Lauren Keenan or Mibbs McCarthy. Calling all bakers and lovers of tasty treats, there will be a bake sale as part of the 2023 UUCMP Super Flea, September the 1st and 2nd. If you're able to donate, please sign up today at the Caring Network table. Sign up to bring snacks to share after Sunday services. There is a sign-up sheet at the coffee entrance area in the Welcome Hall each week for the following Sunday. Contact Ms. McCarthy if you have any questions. There are definitely angels among us. Our COVID Angels campaign is going on now through September. The campaign recognizes and affirms those individuals and groups that helped UUCMP get through the pandemic and helps raise money for our church. There are forms in the Welcome Hall and on our website that explain this effort in detail. Please join us to recognize these people and donate generously. But remember, there's no donation too small. More details about our church programs and activities can be found in our weekly e-newsletter and on our website. This month's shared offering recipient is the Parenting Connection of Monterey County. Checks made out to UUCMP with Parenting Connection in the memo line, and half of today's cash offering will benefit this important organization. Thank you.
So today is a special multi-generational service for church members and friends of all ages. We're happy to have our kids with us, and we want to let our children and youth know that if you get the wiggles during the service, you can join others at a crafts table in the back over there, so you can listen to the service and draw too. And now I invite those of you here in the sanctuary to turn and wave to the people joining us on Zoom. Okay, and now our religious exploration team invites all of you to think about your favorite dessert dish or ice cream flavor. And now please share your favorite dish and take a moment to greet your neighbor. And now, thank you. As we enter into worship in a spirit of contemplation, we ask that you please hold all applause until the end of our service. And now, please enjoy our beautiful prelude.
In einem Bächlein helle, da schoss in frohel Eil die launische Forelle vorüber wie ein Pfeil. Ich stand an angem Stade, sah in süßer Ruh das munten Fischleins Bade in klaren Bächlein zu. Des munten Fischleins Bade im klaren Bächlein zu. Ein Fischer mit der Pelle voll an dem Überstand und sah mit kaltem Blute, wie sich das Fischleins wahn. Solang am Wasser helle, so dacht ich nichts gebricht, so fängt die Forelle mit seine Angel nicht, so fängt die Forelle mit seinen Angel nicht. Doch endlich war dem Diebe die Zeit zu lang. Es matt das Bächlein, Fischlein drüber und ehrlich es gedacht, so süchte seine Rute das Fischlein zapfelt an und ich mit Regenblute sah die Betrogte an und ich mit Regenblute sah die Betrogte an.
Thank you. Let us gather for worship in the spirit of these words adapted from an Iroquois prayer. We give thanks to our Mother, the Earth, which sustains us.
We give thanks to the moon. We give thanks to the rivers and streams which supply us with water.
We give thanks to the moon and the stars, which give us their light when the sun is gone.
We give thanks to the sun who has looked upon the earth with a kind eye.
Lastly, we give thanks to the Great Spirit, in whom all goodness rests and who directs all things for the good of all. Come, let us worship together.
Our gathering song this morning is I've Got Peace Like a River. It's an African-American spiritual that's rooted in the experience and the faith of our enslaved ancestors, their struggles and their hopes for peace. Please rise in body or spirit and join in singing hymn number 100 in your gray hymnal, I've Got Peace Like a River.
And we'll be doing verses 1, 2, 5, and 3 in that order. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river, I've got peace like a river in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain, I've got joy like a fountain in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops, I've got tears like the raindrops in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul. I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean, I've got love like an ocean in my soul.
With Unitarian Universalists around the world, we light our chalice, a symbol of our faith and our covenant aspirations of love, hope, and justice. I will begin, and then please join in the response as Sharon lights the flame. We gather together as a community of memory and hope to celebrate life and its infinite possibilities for love. We light this chalice as a symbol of the light within every human heart. May our individual sparks meet and merge, bringing both light and warmth to the world. So can Kayla and Sam and Lucille come forward? And Charlie.
In many religious ceremonies around the world, there is a tradition of beginning by calling on the four directions. This is a way of symbolically acknowledging that all of creation is present and not separate from us. It also reminds us that our lives and all life is dependent on the elements out of which we have arisen, and it is good to remember and honor them. It reminds us that we got here together.
We call upon the spirit of the east where the sun rises with the power of light and radiance of dawn, symbolizing the element of air. Air is which necessary for all life. It is the direction of fresh starts and new beginnings. We call upon the spirit of the east.
We call upon the spirit of the south, where the element of fire reminds us of warmth and passion, igniting our hearts with love. We know that warmth is necessary for life and love and community to flourish. We call upon the spirit of the south.
We call upon the spirit of the west with its element of water. We know the beauty of sunsets over the ocean and the abundant life that is only possible with precious life-giving water. We call upon the spirit of the west.
We call upon the spirit of the north with its element of earth, representing the peaceful, quiet cradle which life requires to transition through its cycles of birth and death and new life. We call upon the spirit of the north.
Thank you. One of our Unitarian Universalist annual rituals is the water communion. It's how we traditionally start off our new church year after the summer. We're each invited to bring water that represents our unique experiences from our travels or home bases, symbolizing our memories of family and friends or solitude, of sorrow and joy, our stories that make us who we are. And then we join our individual waters, memories, and stories, representing our larger community of support and encouragement, compassion, and care.
The water communion we celebrate today symbolizes the church community we create together. We gather water because the joining of water reminds us of how when we come together, we form a perfect, seamless whole. The water reminds us of our unity.
And yet the water we each bring is different. It represents different perspectives, a wide variety of memories, feelings, and experiences. This water also reminds us of our diversity.
If you have not brought water today, we encourage you to use the water in the carafes to symbolize the water you would have brought. Now is the time that we will offer up into this community water from a place sacred to us, or a time spent with loved ones, or a treasured place in the natural world. Take a moment to think about the direction which corresponds to the place you encountered your water. East of you, south of you, west of you, or north of you. So for instance, this summer, I visited family and friends in Germany, which is east of us. So I will be pouring water on the east side of the round table.
And I visited my father in Anacortes, Washington, which is to the north. So I'll be pouring water on the north side of our round table. So think about it for a moment, and when you're ready, we are going to invite you to line up in the aisles corresponding to your water direction and share your water offering in the appropriate bowl. And those of you participating on Zoom are encouraged to imagine offering your water as well.
And now for our story for all ages, I'd like to invite the children to come forward so that you can see the cool pictures of this terrific story. Children, the children at the crafts table especially, this is your chance to come forward and check out the story. Come, come. Have a seat, have a seat. Thank you for coming forward. Have a seat. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Hello. Settle in, settle in. Oh my. There's always room for one more. There's always room for one more. Say, have you ever dreamed of traveling the world? Yeah? Where do you think of going to? Anywhere in particular? France? France. Ooh, very exciting. That's a nice place. I've been to France. It's very nice. You got a costume from someone?
For Disney that has earrings and a wand.
With Disney? Oh,
But
what?
they're both not
Oh,
real.
very nice.
Sometimes even blue dress.
Oh, you have a very nice dress. Very cool. Well, hey, the story this morning is about someone who travels the world, and it's called The Snail and the Whale, and it's written by Julia Donaldson, and this is how the story goes. Check it out. The story goes. This is the tale of a tiny snail and a great big gray blue humpback whale. This is the rock, if you look at this picture, as black as soot. And this is a snail with an itchy foot. The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. And as she gazed, she sniffed and sighed, "The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail," said the tiny snail. Check it out. These are the other snails in the flock who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny sea snail sniffed and sighed, then cried, "I've got it. I'll hitch a ride." So, this is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Ride wanted around the world." Okay. Oh, this is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright, a humpback whale immensely long, who sang to the snail a wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." So, this is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs and far-off lands. Though not France quite yet. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Check it all out. These are the waves that arched and crashed, that foamed and frolicked and sprayed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. And, these are the caves beneath the waves where colorful fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam past the whale and the snail on his tail. Ah, yes. And this is the sky, so vast and high, sometimes sunny and blue and warm, sometimes filled with thunderstorms, with zigzag lightning flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Yeah. And as she gazed at the sky, the sea, the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sand, she gazed and gazed, amazed by it all. And she said to the whale, "I feel so small." Ooh, check this out. But then came the day the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigging and zagging, zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting noise, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the whale, this is the tide slipping away. Uh-oh. And this is the whale lying beached in a bay. "Quick, off the sand, back to the sea," cried the snail. "I can't move on land, I'm too big," moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. Then, "I've got it," she cried, and started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the tiny snail. Yes. Okay, what do we got here? This is the bell on the school in the bay, ringing the children in from play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling the class, "Sit straight, don't talk." This is the board as black as soot. And this is the snail with the itchy foot. "A snail, a snail!" The teacher turns pale. "Look," said the children, "it's leaving a trail." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail saying, "Save the whale." These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen, digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting, "Hooray!" as the whale and the snail travel safely away. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock, who said, "How time's flown, and haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves, and of how the snail so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Then the humpback whale held out his tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail. Look at all the snails on the tail. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the gray-blue humpback whale. The end. Well, thank you, kids. Now just head back to your seats or to the craft table, whatever you prefer. And I invite everyone to join in singing our next hymn, Blue Boat Home. Rise in body or...
Though below me I feel no motion, standing on these mountains and plains, far away from the rolling ocean, still my dry land heart can say, I've been sailing all my life now, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home. Sun, my sail, and moon, my rudder, as I ply the starry sea, leaning over the edge in wonder, casting questions into the deep, drifting here with my ship's companion, all we kindred pilgrim souls, making our way by the lights of the heavens in a beautiful blue boat home. I give thanks to the waves uphold me, hail the great wind urgings me on, greet the infinite sea before me, sing the sky my sailor song. I was born upon the fathoms, never harbor or port have I known. The wide universe is the ocean I travel, and the earth is my blue boat home.
This now is the time we set aside each week to take a breath and pause and think about what's been happening this week in our lives, in the lives of the people we know and care about, the people we love, whether they're close by or far away, and what's happening in the world. We continue to hold in our thoughts the people of Maui who continue to struggle in the wake of recent wildfires there. We each bring our own joys and sorrows, which are on our minds and in our hearts. I invite any of you so moved to come forward using both outside aisles and drop a pebble representing your individual joys or concerns into our shared waters of love and support. And if you're joining us by Zoom, you can write a concern or a joy in the chat. Thank you.
Our meditation this morning is by the Reverend Ranwa Hamami. It's from a piece entitled Blessing of the Water, and it has a response. We will invite you to say, "This water is sacred," following each of our pieces. After the meditation, we'll have a moment of silence. Please join me now in the spirit of prayer and meditation as we bless our combined waters.
This water is sacred. It is made sacred by the many hands that have poured it with intention, the many stories that each drop contains, the many lives surrounding it in this unique moment, connected by commitment and faith.
This water is sacred.
May it continue to nurture this community with a sustaining hope that we journey together through ripples of growth and change. This water is sacred.
In moments when the reservoirs of hearts and spirits are drained by sorrow or pain, may it nourish them with the knowledge that we are surrounded by a deep and abundant love. This water is sacred.
May it sustain and uphold our hopes and dreams and help us to make them realities. This water is sacred.
This now is the time for our morning offering. We encourage you to think about your financial support for this church and the resources the church needs to carry out our good work. We encourage those of you at home to write a check and drop it in the mail or press the donate button on our church website. Our shared offering recipient this month is the Parenting Connection of Monterey County. Checks to UUCMP with Parenting Connection in the memo line and half of today's cash collection will benefit this important organization. On behalf of the congregation, mindful of our responsibility to use your gifts wisely, we thank you for your generosity. And now please enjoy our special offertory music.
I've been staring at the edge of the water long as I can remember, never really knowing why. I wish I could be the perfect daughter, but I come back to the water no matter how hard I try. Every turn I take, every trail I track, every path I make, every road leads back to the place I know where I cannot go, where I long to be. See the light where the sky meets the sea, it calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind in my sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know. If I go, there's just no telling how far I'll go. I know everybody on this island seems so happy on this island. Everything is by design. I know everybody on this island has a role on this island, so maybe I can roll with mine. I can lead with pride, I can make us strong. I'll be satisfied if I play along, but the voice inside sings a different song. What is wrong with me? See the light as it shines on the sea, it's blinding, but no one knows how deep it goes. And it seems like it's calling out to me, so come find me and let me know What's beyond that line? Will I cross that line? The line where the sky meets the sea. It calls me, and no one knows how far it goes. If the wind and the sail on the sea stays behind me, one day I'll know how far I'll go.
Thank you so much. As our ushers come forward, please join in our sung response. Thank you for your generous gifts.
I love the story of the snail and the whale. In many ways, it's the story of my life, because I too have sometimes felt stuck on a rock with an itchy foot. And I too have dreamed of traveling the world. And actually, over the years, I have traveled to some pretty amazing places and made friends with some amazing, wonderful people. And friends have taken me places I would never have discovered and taught me things I would never have known without them. With my friends, I've often felt like a small snail hitching a ride with a great big whale. And sometimes along the way, I've found myself in scary places, afraid and in trouble, and I felt as helpless as the big whale beached in a bay. But I was never alone for long, because caring friends found me, offered help, pitched in with kind words and helping hands. I think the story is a story of everyone's life. Sometimes we are snails, and sometimes we are whales. Sometimes friends guide us on our way, and other times we provide guidance to others. Sometimes we are sad and need help, and other times we are the helpers and offer kind words to others. Together we can journey through thunderstorms and zigzag lightning, flashing and frightening, past shimmering ice and coral caves and shooting stars and enormous waves, and always be safe and always find our way home. All our different experiences make our friendships and the community we create stronger.
We will now join our symbolic waters. This water is from last year's water communion service. It includes drops from the years before that, and the year before that, and the year before that, and the year before that. It's a reminder of the countless experiences that we have shared here. Now we will add the water from the east. Most of the water from the east. The water from the south. The water from the west. and the water from the north. May this water remind us that this church community draws from many sources and is composed of many unique individuals. It's through the gifts each of us share here that this place becomes a religious home that can transform our lives and our world. Sharon and Elizabeth.
Our lives are a journey. Each of us is on our way into a future that will contain both old and new places and people, and adventures we can only imagine. This month, many of our children are starting a new school year, another year of learning new things, making new friends. Starting a new year is an important step, an important transition that we want to recognize and celebrate this morning. It's the beginning of a year-long adventure that will have different things in store for each of us. And it's also the beginning of a new church year.
We have created a ritual tradition the past several years as part of our water communion service. We share a small token that represents our church community that we can carry with us as we go to school or work or outdoors or staying at home. A tangible, touchable reminder of our connection to one another. Something you can attach to your backpack or zipper, your purse or keychain. A symbol of our connection, a reminder of our religious support system, our beloved community, UUCMP.
Our token this year is a handmade charm with beads in the colors of the rainbow, representing our inclusive UU principles and welcoming community.
The token also has a heart-shaped hand stamped with the letters UUCMP. It's a symbol of love that holds us together in community, the love that is at the center of our faith, and our efforts to transform the world through liberating love.
I am very grateful to the team of dedicated members who helped create this year's special and handmade tokens. Meredith Harrell, Laura Nagel, Sharon Ruth, and Lucille Bashpai.
This combined water is a symbol of the church community we create together, the friendships we share, and the love that supports us all. We're now going to sprinkle some of this water on our tokens so that each of them is touched by our collective spirit of love and support.
And now please receive a token of blessings you can carry with you every day, our blessings of faith and hope, peace and love. Anyone participating this morning via Zoom can also receive a token. Just type your name in the chat or send us an email and we will make sure to get one to you. All right, would our young people please help distribute the tokens?
don't have a token yet, please raise your hand. And now, we invite you to each hold your token in your hand, or if you're here via Zoom, to imagine it in your hand for this blessing.
Even when you leave this place, may you carry the spirit of peace and love with you wherever you go.
May your dreams inspire and guide you.
May you feel compassion toward those around you.
And may you be reminded of the sacred water and supportive community here today.
Amen.
And now please rise in body or spirit and join in singing our closing hymn, "The Tide is Rising." And now please join in our unison words as we extinguish our chalice. We extinguish this chalice, but take its light into our lives to be the presence of love in the midst of fear, the voice of hope in the face of despair, and the hands of justice restoring a world worthy of our children.
Now let us unite our minds and hearts for our benediction. May we tread softly, speak truthfully, love gently, breathe deeply, live wisely, celebrate community, and go in peace. Amen. And now please enjoy our beautiful postlude.
Ain't gonna let nobody
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. I'm gonna keep on a-walking, keep on a-talking, keep on freedom land. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let no hatred turn me round. I'm gonna keep on a-walking, keep on a-talking, marching up to freedom land. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me round. I'm gonna keep on a-walking, keep on a-talking, marching up to freedom land.
Our worship service is over, but we invite you to join us in the Welcome Hall for coffee and special cake today. The cake's over there. And we encourage our members to please come back at noon for a quick congregational meeting to vote on the ordination of Susan Pantea. If you're on Zoom, you're welcome to stick around and chat with others. And if you're a member, please join the congregational meeting at noon. Have a wonderful Sunday.